For this kind of job, we're gonna be using a 4.5 inch angle grinder. This one has this this abrasive that we're gonna take out, and we're gonna put this special one in order to use this sandpaper. This is a 50 grit sandpaper. You can use an 80 grit sandpaper if you want. It'll be better. This one is very abrasive, so you have to be careful when you use it on the wood. So this one is 50. This is the one that I had to buy because there were no 80 grit sandpaper. So this is a lesser number, but it's hard. It's more abrasive than the 80. So I suggest using an 80. For this time, we're gonna use a 50. But right now, this is the this is the abrasive that I got. So stay tuned, and we're gonna start in a bit working out in this this small table. We're gonna sand it with the. You're gonna see how easy it is with the angle grinder, and we're gonna sand it with the angle grinder, and then we're gonna put some wood stain on it. This part I'm planning to paint it, but that's gonna be that's gonna be another video for later. So, but first we're gonna. You see, it's a small table that you can put any stuff on it. This one has been a long time with me. You see, it has a screws. I just put screws on it because this piece of wood I just put it on top and use it as a small table. I only had this frame, this metal frame. I was able to have a piece of wood with me and drill the holes through and connect it to this metal framing. So I use it for outside. So with the wood stain, you will be able to use it outside until the wood stain runs off and loses its life. But you can use it also inside if you have a nice wood stain. And but this one is for outside. It's not going to be for inside. So stay tuned. I was looking for this part in order for connecting this special set for the grinder for the angle grinder. So we're about to start. We're gonna connect this angle grinder, and then we're gonna start uh, sanding this the small table. The small table, you could give it any use. You can put some flowers on top, some basins, some stuff. It's uh, this one I use it for outside. It's just for outside, but for you to see how easy it is to restore it and revive it with a little bit of a time and some sandpaper. So it's gonna be fun, guys. Just stay tuned. Right now, I suggest using some gloves because the angle grinder is a very dangerous if you are not uh, are not careful enough. The RPMs and the speed of that angle grinder is very fast, and you have to be very careful. So, I always suggest that you put some gloves on, very good gloves, working with an angle grinder. And if you're gonna sand with the angle grinder, it's gonna be a very fine dust. So I suggest also that you use some cover for your mouth and your nose because that fine powder is gonna get in your lungs and your nose. It's gonna be a hassle for you. So stay protected, guys. Always. Safety before else. We're gonna make the connection with the. I always make a knot because some of these times they go in too easy, and if you make a knot, when you pull the cord, it's not gonna let loose, and you're not gonna be stopping what you're doing to connect it again. So if you make a knot on the wire, on both wires, when you pull, you're just pulling the whole thing. You're not pulling the connection on it. All right. So let's start, guys. So if you see how nice this angle grinder works with this contraption for for a sander for sandpaper. It's I know it's better if I use the 80 grit sandpaper, but it wasn't available when I went to buy it. So this one just works so fine. The thing is that if you use a lesser number grit on wood, you gotta be very careful that you don't bring down that you eat abrade, you eat too much of the wood, you'll take too much of the wood. So my suggestion is that if you use a lesser grit, that you use it kindly on top. While you see, when you see that this is very nice sand right now, see, very clear, it looks all nice. Let's see, it looks very nice and clean, and there's not that dark color now. It's a very vibrant color right now, so it's okay. Also, the angle grinder works so fast that you can take all those hard edges and make it a little bit rounder, better. I didn't do it much, but you can do it the way you want to. If you want it nicer, you want it a little bit not so straight or straight edge, or it had those pointy edges all around. You can grind it down a little bit more if you prefer. Like let's see it. You see? You see? I just grind it a little bit more, and there's no sharp edges. It's a round edge. You can do that with this angle grinder and the sandpaper. Let's try it on all four corners for you to see. And we're done. Well, we're not done yet. We're gonna put the wood stain. But look at what I told you. You see, these fine particles of dust, they can get into your lungs and cause you difficulty on breathing and stuff. So make sure you use something to cover your nose and your mouth, and also your hands, to be safe at the workplace. I'm gonna bring something to blow this dust off because there's a lot of dust on the table, or suck it with the vacuum. I'm just gonna bring a vacuum, regular vacuum. You can use stuff with what you have at home. You just have to know what are the uses of those stuff. Like the vacuum, you use it for cleaning cars and sucking stuff. You can also use the part on the back to blow stuff. So it's a very good tool to have. So I'll be back. I'm using this huge rigid one that I bought on Home Depot, but you can use a smaller one if you have any brand. Just make sure that instead of putting the hose in the front, that is the intended use for to suck the particles. You put the hose on the back, like so. See, it's on the back of the vacuum. Also, I had another, instead of using this big hose for that, had another one laying around, and I connected to that so it could be smaller. It's just my preference. You use whatever. It's no matter. Also, use it on your tools. It's good. Now let's go for the wood stain. Right now I'm using a varnish stain, medium oak. If you can see, medium oak. Dark because I like dark wood. I like the look of a dark wood. But you can use clear satin or clearer varnish, whatever you like. It will look good on the piece of whatever you're trying to restore or to paint. Let me go get something so I can open it. Mine has been here a long time, so it happens when you don't use stuff for a long time. So you give it a good a good shake or a good or something like this like I'm doing. It'll be good. Just make sure you do it before. If you have a brush, or some other people just pour it out and use a cloth. I like to use this. Other people use rolls, sponge rolls. They can use that too. See? All depends on the look that you want to give to it. I'm not gonna be giving a professional look on this time because this is an outdoor small table, you know. There's no need for me to be so, you know, I know people like it when, I know people like to be very professional, very attention to details. I like to do that stuff too. Seriously, believe me. But this is an outdoor table. This is gonna be used for outdoors. So here in this Puerto Rican sun, it's very hot. So this varnish is gonna dry out very quick. If you wanna apply 1 or 2 hands after it dries, it'll be good. It will be better protected from from uh, from outdoors, from rain, from the sun, because sun is gonna wear this down, and water is gonna wear it down, and humidity is gonna wear the varnish down. So if you wanna put as many as you want, it'll be good. It'll be better for the wood to keep itself protected from the outdoors, from the weather. See? If you're gonna brush it from one side, this is gonna leave a pattern. The brush is gonna leave a pattern. When you apply it, it's gonna leave a pattern. So if you don't want that pattern, you can use that sponge, or you can use that cloth people use, and you can do that. I like the brush. It's an outdoor table. You don't need to ask much from it. It's just gonna be an outdoor table. So if it has a good coat, you just keep coating it until you like the way it looks. Because remember, it's for you. You know, you're the one who's gonna be looking at it every day, and maybe some people that you invite over. But everything depends on you. You see how nice coated it looks, and it's drying very fast because of the sun. So this is very nice. A very nice coat. Very nice, evenly coat. Remember, the wood is gonna soak. Is gonna soak a lot of the product or the wood stain. It's gonna swallow it. Very nice. So see how dark that color looks? It's very nice. Yeah, looks very nice. Nice dark color. Very nice color. So if you take the edges too, paint those edges. See, you see, it's gonna leave a pattern. So you gotta erase that pattern that if you're gonna be from one side, from left to right or right to left, you keep doing it the same way. If you do that and then you do up and down, it's gonna have an up and down pattern, and it's gonna be mixed. So try to stay in one pattern. If it's left to right, or right to left, or up and down, just whichever most you like. Whatever you like, it's gonna be better because it's gonna be for you. So it's not let's say it's not rocket science doing this stuff. This is easy stuff that any person can do if they have the right materials, the right tools to do it. They can do it. So in another video, we're gonna be painting the metal frame. Right now, we're just doing the wood framing, the wood part. or the top part. And this is the last part. Nice. Very nice. Thank you. And like the video, subscribe to Mr. Fix It channel. Um, keep stay tuned so you can be uh, so you can learn a few tricks and easy tricks for doing stuff. No professional or anything, just people, regular people doing regular stuff. Like and subscribe to the channel, Mr. Fix It. Thank you.